Okay, you guys, we are back with another video, honey, and Mr. 50 Cent, the biggest troll on the internet, he is joining the chat, honey. But is there ever a time that 50 has never joined the chat? Absolutely not. Even most recently, there was a major clash between 50 and 50 went after Tiny, and Tina Knowles supported Tiny. 50 wasn't liking it. He called Tina Knowles an albino. And then we had a Tiny Irish son who is showing 50 that, your mama ain't here. This is where she is. Showing 50 his mama's Ed Stone, saying that's why 50 mad. And 50 was going after them. Then T.I. took it as an opportunity to step in the studio because, that's how the industry settles their beef. Normally, okay? But no, 50 has moved on to a new challenge, or should I say, trolling someone else, 50 loves to keep the internet festive. Yeah, he does. So, he's chiming into Kanye West's lawsuit. Now, as you guys can remember, Ye is being sued by Tony Saxton. It's going to be a 12-day trial. If he chooses not to settle, they're in the preliminary rounds. So if he chooses not to settle, they're going to go to court. His wife may have to testify. And the trial will last for 12 days. And already some of the jurors, there's a rabbi on the jury list who's saying he doesn't like Kanye's behavior because of Kanye's anti-Semitism. But there are a few people who said, they like it. Some of them said they liked him before, but there have been far too many numerous outbursts and bad behavior, and it has been a major turnoff for them. So, Ye's attorney is defending Ye, and he's saying that Ye's comments about Nazi anti-Semitism is called art. So to be more specific, what Ye's attorney is saying, according to Billboard, they're saying in a new appeal, attorney for the controversial rapper doubled down on arguments that his statements about Nazi and Hitler were artistic expression. So that is what Ye's attorney is calling Kanye's statement. And if you guys remember, that is what Kanye West had said initially as well. And I said that, these things cannot be allowed to be artistic expression because that's how serial killer thinks. When serial killer, they go on a parade, they think what they do is called art. And as such, I didn't support and could not support Kanye's ideology that whatever he says cannot be held against him because it's art. No, you can't be promoting that out here. So, as such, 50 caught wind of this, and in typical 50 Cent fashion, he's like, no, why the F would the lawyer say that? Damn it, man, LOL, right? And a lot of people were in his comment section, even blog sites like allhiphop.com. And I find the comments to be shocking, but not so shocking, right? Because when I scroll down in the comment section, people are like, we stand with Ye. And comments like those had a lot of likes. A lot of people were saying, but he's right. Ye was spitting facts. We ain't mad at him. And these comments have a lot of like, but there are a few people who are saying, don't deflect, take your L and leave Ye alone. So they're clapping back at 50, saying don't deflect, 50 should, because as it relates to the T.I. and Tiny drama, T.I. and Tiny's son basically cleared 50. Yes, he did, according to the internet. So they're saying no, 50 is using this Kanye West drama to deflect, and they're telling 50 don't deflect. But as it relates to this lawsuit that Kanye West is dealing with, like when I read through the details, I could see lies in the lawsuit coming from Tony Saxton. He has contradicted himself a lot in the allegations against Ye because, words for me, they stand out. And I'm the person that listens to what you would call highlights, right? For example, he said Ye wanted him to work 24 hours. Then he said he worked 16 hours a day. So those are the things like he'll say one thing here and then he says the opposite of what he said initially, which contradicts his statement. But the thing is that Kanye has a pattern, and Ye's pattern is there's always someone who has an outstanding salary that they didn't receive. No. Because Ye has such a pattern, it doesn't mean that he's going to always be wrong. It doesn't mean that that's going to always be the case with every single allegations. But with this allegation that Tony Saxton is coming up with, right? It's too all over the place. But Tony Saxton has a good attorney, Naima Ramani, who is a former federal prosecutor, who is really good with litigations. And I do get the sense that there was a lot of miscommunication between Ye and Tony Saxton. When I read the details, there were a lot of miscommunications, right? And as such, he's asking for like $1 million. That is changed to Ye. And if I was Kanye West, I would, litigate and try to give him at least half of that and settle the case out of court. Because Kanye has been going through a lot of lawsuits and he's now focusing on his healing. And there's no amount of money in this world that is worth your peace of mind. No amount of money. There's no material things that is worth your peace of mind, that's worth your health, right? So as such, I understand that Kanye has his point in all of this too, and Kanye West definitely has his right in all of this as well. But based on what he's been through over the past couple of years and the mental toll that he's been experiencing and the cycle that it's this repeated cycle, I would say try to litigate, try to settle, even though it's a 12-day trial, try not to get into that. Try to negotiate to give him at least half of what he's asking for and drop the case where he cannot sue again in the future and move on with your life, because money, it's good to have money, but life isn't just about money. It's good to have money, but if you look at the world today, money causes a lot of rift between people. And the truth of the matter is we should never ever be living like this. That's the honest truth. We should never ever be living like this. But this is how the powers that be have structured us to live, and it's unfortunate, but that is why there's so much greed and hatred and envy and all of that jazz. But my suggestion to you is to settle this out of court, wrap it up, move on with your healing, move on with your life, because this is just Trump change to Kanye. He has his right, but this is still Trump change to Ye. So I would just give it to him and move on. That is what I think. But let me know what you guys think. Leave your comment below and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.